Hello everybody and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included Aquatic Survival, but this time same amount of aquatic, more survival. I think we got off to a bad start on the previous aquatic survival attempt, mostly because the weather was miserable. And I know that the weather's always miserable somewhere, but the weather here was terrible. It was like 33 degrees every time I tried to record this. And I was as damp as the fellas. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, now that it's not 33 degrees, I should have more brain power and we'll be able to actually think about what I'm doing. So, we're going to choose our starting duplicants, and I should mention, I'm doing the classic map size. So our starting aquatic map should be a bit bigger. There's less emphasis on space travel, but we're still going to try and do it. And I didn't realize that our asteroid has a frozen core, apparently. So I imagine no magma. So geothermal might not be on the table, but we'll see how it goes. You eat more. You eat more? Research and cooking. It has to be... Ranching is nice. 11 plus 11 to husbandry is but the you stay, you guys. Oh, you can choose. I actually didn't know that. Digging, farming, rocketry. Okay, well, that sounds awesome. And then you. Farmer. But you're also farming. Just farming? No. What about operator? Decrease construction. Can't do researching. You know what? I'm fine with that. That's a squad. Decrease decor. Snores loudly. Can't research. Lower germ resistance. Just as long as we don't have any germs. They all start with basic swimming. You start with double swimming. You increase machinery. Increase food morale bonus. Okay. I'm not calling it the septic laboratory. Suave Ant Farm. No. It's an aquatic map. It's an aquatic map. So we're going to name it... Oh, is there a cap? Yeah. I'm going to name it Wet World. My favourite HBO show? I don't know who did Westworld. But ta-da! We're doing Wet World. So, everything... Yep, everything's dangerous. Everything I've learnt from the last attempt... I'm going to attempt to take into account for this attempt, okay? So we know some things. For instance, soda canes, if we can, leave all of them intact so that we can harvest them. If we can find one, loads of oxalite down there, but if we can find one, we're going to want to get some geothermal. Oh, okay. It looks like you always start with this nearby. The suit, or the boots, the suit, and the gasket. I want to find one of those water things. You know, the hydro vents or whatever they're called. I don't see one immediately, but that's fine. Bloater. Poke shells. Okay, makes a lot of sense. Remember, they can swim. You're going to be harvested. And they should be able to get in here and get down to here. Like walk in, drop down. Right, because they can climb a 2-block high thing. If I said dig that. Yeah, Okay, cool. So they can drop down there. That's basically what I was looking for. Now we're gonna want to go up to here. So we grab you, and I'm gonna do what I did with the poker shells last time, which is that I'm gonna put them all on a single tile just to hold them for now, because we're gonna want the shells and we're gonna want the lime from the shells eventually. Zinc, right? Zinc is our main ore. Oh, a flue coral. We're gonna probably crack into there to get some oxygen from that. Just to figure out the way to get in there. In fact, let's get in here. Enable auto harvest on you. You've got auto harvest. Auto harvest on that. Okay, so we're going to take it slower than we did last time. And we're going to try and make sure that we're doing things smart. Interesting. Tidal spring, no water. My phone went off. Another flue coral. Couple of gum palms. I know it's a long way before we actually get... I don't even have a research station yet. It's a long way before we get even approaching being able to research anything. But you know what? Start with a little bit of that. Lovely. Or down here. You know what? We could get something going there. That'd be mighty nice. Plenty of early oxalites. Your poker shell. All right. So what we're going to do is we're not going to mine this oxalite. We're just going to let it emit all of its oxygen until it doesn't exist anymore. Right? Oh, no. Dig that. Make a little tile. Am I concerned about flooding anything down here? I actually don't think so. So I'll probably put poker shells on that. Right? Yeah. And I don't need to be too worried about flooding things because they can swim. One of them's a tier 2 swimmer. It's Kai. Kai double swims. What does that boost? Reduce stamina consumption and boosted swimming speed. Okay. I'm going to relocate you to there. Lovely. Another tidal spring down here. Just thinking about our early power and what we're going to want to power and how we're going to want to power it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Just going to dig all of that, I imagine. Leave a bit of water here so the water weed keeps growing. And then you're salty, you're salty. It's all salty water. Ooh, okay. You're a good spot to get into. Loads of algae over here. Oh, do you not actually have ranching? You just can ranch? That's fine. We'll think about the relocations in a bit. Once you've leveled up a bit. Once you leveled up a little scooch. What do you do again? You need lime and salt water. But if we just naturally grow you, then we should be fine. Yes. Perfect. Yeah, don't have critter ranching. That's fine. And I'll tell you what I did pick up from the last video before everything went terribly. You can deconstruct the back walls. Like this salt back wall can be deconstructed. You might need a specific thing for it. Buildings, yeah, it might be something else. Oh no, digging natural back wall. There you go. So we can dig out the natural back wall if we want to. We're not going to yet, but we can. I need to keep that in mind because digging the natural back wall is probably going to give us quite a lot of extra resources that we didn't realize we could get. What's this? Oh, there you go. So like that back wall is coquina, which is like a building material. This is all salt, which is great for growing soda cane. You know what I mean? Auto harvest you. Auto harvest you. Right. It's almost the end of the day. We're going to want those. And then we're going to want those. Hopefully they get that done before the day ends so they can sleep. And we're going to want bathrooms. Yeah. Yeah. Should be all good. That way we can minimize stress because they got stress last time. Which, to be fair, isn't their fault. It was my fault. Oh, hit my monitor. Okay, we have nutrient bars and some muscle tongue. I'm going to make this a priority 9 just so all food goes in there. Just so they know where the food is. And the muscle tongues are a one-time harvest, aren't they? Yeah. That's fine. It's a one-time harvest. Same with the hush cups. Wait, are hush cups food? No. Decorative. Like this morale boost. Really? What does a throughput mean for domestic growth? Throughput. Weird. I don't know what that means. Does that mean like duplicate throughput? Like, do people need to pass the hush cups in order for them to grow? Maybe? See that maybe being the case. Okay, well, I mean, for the end of day 1, I think it's a lot. It's more than we had at the end of day 1 last time. I think at the end of day 1 last time, we did not have cots or bathrooms or anything really. I'm gonna build an additional one just so that they're never in use but also desperately need one. Okay. And I have a farmer. Yeah. I have a farmer. Right. You're probably gonna farm immediately. And we're gonna... Alright, yeah, we're gonna give them all separate rooms because you're a loud snorer. I forgot about that. We'll handle it later. For now, they'll just have to deal with any disturbed sleep that causes. We're going to want to farm soda cane, I think, from the beginning. Does it... Actually, I assume it can degrade. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it seems like the mussel tongues don't, though. Category submergible. Oh, okay, things that can operate while fully underwater. That makes sense. Because there are things that can't. Yeah, okay, I get that. I dig that. So what will be interesting to see is being a bigger base asteroid. There's 3 tidal springs over here that could be a nice little joined up energy supply in the future. But being a bigger base asteroid means that we should have more vents, geysers, volcanoes. I guess the ones in the briny bit down here, I don't know if they're actually fumaroles, but they feel like they are. We should have more of them, which means we should have more ways to hopefully reinforce. Oh, you're trapped down there. Well, that was silly. To reinforce our economy, like things that we can build. Sorry, things that we can use. You know, if we find a hydrogen vent, that's a very easy way of getting hydrogen for a little bit of power. You know, water is free water, so it doesn't affect us too much then if we say expend water on a project or something. Like a self-powered oxygen maker. You funnel all the water in, it turns into not water and stays not water. Whereas the bathrooms, you funnel the water in, it turns into polluted water, you can unpollute the water. You know what I mean? Anyway, I want to get up here, I want to get the gasket. And I want to make a research area. Yeah, it's down here. Just to put the initial research station. I suppose by extension, you and you and you. So that we can start getting up to tidal power. Then we don't have to have somebody running on the wheel. And all should be well. Now, what is it you... Oh, you produce oxygen when you're nearby. That's right. We need to think about that. Yes. Okay. We should remember that. You produce oxygen when you're nearby. But you feed off of the starnicles. So ideally we want beacons and starnicles and flue coral in the same place if we're going to use them. Makes sense to me. We also are going to want pips. We're going to want to naturally plant a bunch of stuff because it's going to help out a lot. A lot. Actually, no, don't put that there. Whoops, because you want to be able to hop over there. Wicked. I don't want to unflood you just yet. I suppose I could just do that, couldn't I? Keep a little bit of water in there for the water weeds. Yeah. Oh, another gum palm? I might put too much respect on the name of the gum palm right now. You need like 14 different levels of stuff to do anything with it. But it just feels like a cool thing that I want to use. What I want first, by the way, I'll tell you what. Step 1, basic farming. Do I have a researcher? I do. I have someone who loves... Wow, you love a lot. I do like that we have a separate farmer and rancher. I mean, as we expand out, we can ideally get a farmer and a miner separately from the current farmer-miner. I chose a plant called Subaquato. That's really funny. Oh yeah, unlock portal. When we get down there, we're going to unlock that. What's this? A mini fridge. Okay, that's something to think about. We may well want the mini fridge. Oh, we might be spending our ore. Yeah, I think we did maybe just spend all of our zinc. That's fine. Oh, right, they're just new and it adds the new ones there immediately. Yeah, loads of oxalite down here. That would actually, I think, be quite handy. Okay, I'm going to dig that so that the oxalite can create more oxygen. And we're going to research farming. Step 1, farming. We'll make a little farm. We're less than like 10% power, then you can charge up. I get the feeling you're going to research. Huge. So we will gain planter boxes, algae terrariums, ration boxes, and the compost pile. Good. So I should now be able to do that, and that will hold a little bit of water in with the water weed. Lovely. Do you have enough water to just function? Might be nice. And the slow goes. The mucin is interesting. Get a microbe musher built as well. Build you there. Yeah, the mucin stuff is interesting because you can use it in the place of water for creating food. But I don't know that we're ever going to have slogos doing that much. I mean, we could put them in a big old box and just let them wander around. Consume salt and make dirt. The shells leave behind after molting can be crushed into lime. They leave large amounts of mucin in their wake. So maybe in the future, box, like a... You don't need to groom them, do you? I think they just do what they do. Oh, they need moisture. I see. So ideally, you don't want to get rid of all of the moisture around them. 7% per cycle. Which means they will always create another one. That's good. That's very good to know, actually. So, box, filled with slogos. Just let them do their thing. With a door at the top, probably, because all the mucin will collect at the bottom. And then we can, like, you know, occasionally collect the mucin and use it for... things. Food. More than anything, really. Right. Food time, bathroom time. Your auto-harvest. Your auto-harvest. You're going to be auto-harvest. Auto-harvest. We're going to try and auto-harvest you and you. You're just going to be one batch of food, but we'll do you as well. And you know what? I'll enable it on these guys. Because ideally, we will get up here. We'll get, yeah, you as well. Gonna go up this way, break into here, grab the gasket, up and over. Probably ladder so that we can just go straight across. Right, and then into here. Methinks. 2, 3, 4. Like that. Yeah. So this is just how I like my things to be 4 tall. I know it's inconvenient, but it's the way I like to do it. Be able to get up here and grab these ones, and get in here and grab these ones. Get more zinc. Do a little explore. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that will be fairly in line with you, which is good and convenient. Gotta think about the separating of the cots. Oh, that oxalite just became nothing, so now they can walk through here. Huge. Alright, well, we're keeping it slow. We're keeping it slow for the first episode. We're probably going to end up with 4 or 5 cycles complete. But that's because we want to make sure that we're doing everything right. You know what I mean? We're making smart decisions. I'm sorry, did you swim up to that? It looks like you did, because I don't think you're in the tile. I think your feet... You're not in the box. Or the box. The circle. My bad. Okay. You know what I might try and do when we get down here? I might try and lock that water wheel in as well. So what makes you go? Oh, you have a 48 cycle life cycle? Holy. So that's just going to be some extra food occasionally. Yeah. You're going to give us food sometimes. Oh. Ready to harvest. Amazing. Oh, I thought he died for a second. But no, he did not. So lettuce, right. Lettuce does have a freshness. It's also got food poisoning germs. Why do you have... Oh, because my guys have food poisoning germs on. That would make sense. Yeah, unfortunately that would make sense. So we've done basic farming. I think... bigger battery is nice. It's less time spent on the wheel. But also, where's... like water... here's plumbing. Where the sieve? Oh, the siev's here. Sieves here, desalinators there. You know what? Let's get the bigger research bench, which is under colony development, right? Yeah. Let's research up to the bigger research bench so that we can at least research whatever we want if we decide that we need it. While we're doing that, I'm going to build up like that. Not a lot of this oxalite left. We'll plan a little bit of that. Okay. And we've got to be aware, a duplicate consumes 1,000 calories a cycle. Which means we need to create, right now, nobody has a bottomless stomach, right? I don't think so. Yeah. Which means we need to create 3,000 calories a cycle. You create 600 calories every 16 cycles. Okay. There's going to be some mathematics involved. You know what, we're probably going to do a cheeky bit of that as well so we can get down here. You know, we leveled up? No, not yet. Actually quite a ways from leveling pretty much at all. Yeah, that's alright. You know what? We're just going to do that. Because this creates a new branch of projects that we can do. Just going to make your way down to here. We're out of material. That's fine. We're about to dig way more. And the further down we go, the more we explore. Right. That's the one you want to do first. Completely acceptable. I'm A-okay with it. Animals can jump too high as well. Good to know. Okay, so we need 3,000 calories a cycle. You create 600 calories every 16 cycles. Which means you create 300 calories every 8 cycles. 150 every 4, 75 every 2. So we're gonna need a lot of soda canes. Ooh. Not done all the way. So 75 calories every 2 cycles. That's a nicer number than 38.5 every, or 37.5 every 1 cycle. So we'll call it 6,000 calories every 2 cycles. We make 75 a cycle. 75 every 2 for a soda cane. Okay. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, we have 10 at the moment. Just have a little think. Just gonna put in the fungal spore. I think part of the problem last time, we got way too many people, way too fast. It became a serious issue. We hebben een serious problem. So how, what are one? Oh, there's 4, right? 5, 6, 7. Oh, I don't think I counted these. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 soda canes. Okay, so we're making 7,800 calories every 16 cycles. Not enough. That's not enough. But it's a start. Now, I think as we harvest these soda canes, we should get some seeds. Some soda cane seeds that we can start to plant ourselves. Now, the ones we plant ourselves require salt for fertilization, which is fine. Does this actually mean anything? Hold on. You need a water cooler to counteract the thirst. Ah, okay. Oh, really? These improve radiation resistance? I didn't know that. Ah, being thirsty reduces your stamina and your athletics. That's good to know. A spicy meal. Athletics up, strength up, sneeziness up, stress up. Okay. Frost resistance. Oh. I didn't know that. Okay. So in order to counteract the thirst, which we're almost certainly going to get by eating salty sticks, we're going to need a water cooler, which means we're going to need water in the water cooler, which means we're going to need not salty water in the water cooler, which means we're going to need a sieve. Thankfully, there's loads of sand. Where did those bubbles come from? Was that the bloater? I think it might have been. Right. We're also going to go down here because this thing pinging is so annoying in my ear. Just hearing it bling, bling constantly. I hate it. Okay. You know what? We need 3,000 calories. Is that right? 3,000 calories every cycle, right? Total change per cycle minus 1,000. That's right. Minus 1,000. So we need 3,000 calories a cycle. Which means we need 39,000 calories every 16 cycles. And we're making 7,800. So, not enough. But, and the water weed, I don't even think about the water weed, man. Like, is lettuce just eatable? Oh, lettuce gives a lot of calories. Oh. But they take a long time to grow. So any water weed that we can keep, like you, any water we can keep, we're going to be extremely happy that we can keep it. Especially if we can just keep it locked in a little box with some water. And I think it doesn't need irrigation to grow. It just needs the atmosphere. And it doesn't absorb the atmosphere. Wait, lettuce is 4,800 calories? $400 a unit. I see. I see. So we actually have quite a lot coming out of there. Okay. Obviously, takes longer. Understandably. Takes longer to grow, but very useful to have. We'll go down to there. And these guys as well. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. And mush bars, what? 800. Okay. Do they eat exactly calories? Like, would they eat 800, or would they eat 1,000 calories of mush bar? Or would they eat one mush bar that gives that much, and then they'd eat a second one, and if they're only down 1,000, would they waste a certain amount of calories? I feel like that's probably the way to go. Oh, I figure what this thing is. Oh wait, isn't it information on how to build a... Yeah, the tidal turbine, gasket pattern and mesh tile. Huge. Let's harvest that. Let's enable auto harvest on you. I would love to keep the fridge around. I really don't think we can. I think we're going to have to deconstruct the fridge and put a block here so we can keep this water weed alive. There's sand on you. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Feeling pretty good about this. You're going to want to dig up to here. I suppose you can just dig through there, so it's actually easier to get around these two spots. And I can build one tidal turbine now, right? I can build a single tidal turbine. I just have to figure out which tidal spring I want to put it on. You're not submerged. You are. You are, and I think it's you. I think you're our tidal spring. I mean, you're going to go there. So we're going to need to get into here. Like that. Yeah. You're harvesting? You're harvesting. Perfect. Ooh, a nice little boulder of radiation. Lovely jubbly. Another water weed up there. Another one up here. Another two up here. And actually, we're going to want to keep this area flooded pretty much the way it is so that we can get access to this tidal spring. Yeah. Oh, you output a lot of water, so you're never going to get to that point where you're not actually functioning. Which I'm a big fan of. Huge. Oh, you know what? I'm digging out the natural back tiles as well whenever I do this. I'm going to turn that off for now, just so... I don't think it's going to be a problem. But it will slow down digging if... if they feel it's necessary to dig the entire back tile, then everything's going to take just that little bit longer, and I'm not super keen on that. Well, at least we are up calories right now. Wicked. I should think about planting though. And you know what? I want salt. Salt. I definitely want salt here. So that I know how much we have at all times. Rummage. Who Kai is the best swimmer? Kai is the best swimmer. She's going to wear both the swimwear and the rubber boots. Aha, okay. I didn't realize waterweed take up 2 spots. But now I know, so we're not going to accidentally kill that waterweed. Huge. Okay. And then this is for the future. We're going to grab power. Like that. Yeah. Yeah. And we've done second research, Pip, so we should probably jumbo battery. We're gonna need to move water around. We're gonna need to move water around a lot, actually. So let's do that. Oh, that's leaking. Permeable. Siltstone is permeable. Doesn't seem to apply to siltstone tiles, but raw siltstone, permeable. In that case, we're going to deconstruct this mini fridge, build the thing to keep the waterweed in here, knock all of this down so the water floods down here, and then build a thing. Oh, here it is. I was like, where the hell's the pitcher pump gone? Then we're going to build a pitcher pump here so that we can, well, maybe not there, maybe more like there, so that we can build things or harvest water. And then we can use the harvested water on our even bigger research bench. Should be down here under stations. Bigger research bench or supercomputer, I apologize, but that is where we're going to call it for now, because this is the end of the first episode of the second series of the third coming of Oxygen Not Included. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. It helps out a great deal. I really appreciate it. I love your faces for it. If you're new, consider subscribing to the channel for more content. Make sure you check the links in the description, ring the notification button. I'll see you all back here for a proper attempt, a real genuine go get 'em attempt at the aquatic survival, taking it a bit slower than the other one. Alright, I'll see you then. See ya!